Batisi TV, Lawan Rashipi Daka Frank Yamaha, the Maxi Sports Scooter Arox 155, Ringkat Bakanet Foodish, Ordar Mapi, Ninwan Ramani, Hakir Dobying Jompi.
Ka Trinamal Congress haka arpsaltrik ukalalengkot arajar arpulai kalau kular bahkan Pyndam no mardor ya ka sos kular ya Pynbeit put baladep ya soy ha pedeng kesorkar Meghalaya bat kesorkar Assam hau benai leber arajar arpuar ka Trinamal Congress kala klei ya gani gejung kular ha gani gesngi bala pelaj pai ba ya ka manifesto jong ka party ha gejing yalang ka balalong ha Pinewood Hotel Shillong bala sakhi lang dau National General Secretary ka Seng Trinamal u Abhishek Banerjee kuntupru ya ginong yalam jong party agani ke jela Meghalaya. Nalor ka manifesto ka TMC kala terwaru sa shipau teli kiman baga party kan penurlong hadien ke election lada ki paiba ki ailat bakan bat ya ulakam sensyar ha Meghalaya.
Well, as we present today's manifesto and you have seen the small clip that we played before revealing the manifesto, it's just not a mere document or a vision document or a book with 10 random promises. First of all, let me point this out at the outset that these are pledges, not promises. When a political party makes a promise, we all know how they are and whether those promises are being delivered and honored at a time when they form the government. When we make a pledge to ensure that till the last drop of our blood, we fight to ensure that they are being implemented to the last person we have promised this pledge to. So let me first take you all through the 10 pledges for peace, 10 pledges for prosperity, 10 pledges for Meghalaya's progress, and 10 pledges for Meghalaya's pride. What is Meghalaya TMC's vision for Meghalaya? Our mission in Meghalaya, as I've always said, is to turn this beautiful state into a model state across all sectors. The healthcare and education system will be revamped. The economy will be boosted for growth. The civic infrastructure will be made available for all. Indigenous rights will be protected at all costs. And no decisions will be anti-people or taken without their consent. This document that we present before you today, this has aspiration of lakhs of Meghalayans. This document, as I said, is not just a mere document. It is a vision document to show the world what Meghalaya is capable of. And it has been prepared by the grassroots expertise of our workers, colleagues, leaders, and through an extensive consultation with the people across from all walks of life. Be it experts, students, activists, grassroots leaders, civil society organizations, community representatives, entrepreneurs, men, women, young boys and girls. When Trinamool first stepped into Meghalaya, a lot of people labeled us as outsiders. TMC is an outside party. It's an outsider party. It knows nothing about Meghalaya. It's with immense pride and it fills my heart with great joy to present before you a manifesto with 10 pledges which has been construed with extensive deliberation, as I said, with all people across all walks of life. And Trinamool Congress is the only party in the Meghalaya, especially in the state's political fray, to present its manifesto after the elections are announced. And the irony is, a party and the people who labeled us as outsiders are yet to come up with their manifestos and yet to come up with their vision document, because they neither have the vision for Meghalaya neither they have the mission for Meghalaya. So be it any other political party, it can be NPP, I'm not naming any one of them. I'm leaving it to your judgment and wisdom to decide which party am I referring to. A party which labeled Trinamool as an outsider comes up 4 days after the elections are announced with extensive deliberation and consultation with people across all walks of life with 10 pledges. And what are those 10 pledges? Let me talk you through those 10 pledges. You already have seen in the video. Like we said, our first pledge after Meghalaya TMC forms the government, our first pledge to the people of Meghalaya is abundant opportunities and thriving economy. Under abundant opportunity and thriving economy, we will ensure that double-digit economic growth in the next 5 years to double the GDP size and ensure a poverty-free Meghalaya. Then, 4,000 new MSMEs to be added every year, which is 4 times the current annual growth. To increase the number of functional MSMEs to 1.3 lakh units in the next 5 years. Then we will ensure that mining is resumed by formulating a scientific and sustainable mining policy to ensure no individual's livelihood is endangered. The policy would revive Meghalaya's Mineral Development Corporation and give it monitoring authority to ensure that only legal mines are operating in the state. Our next pledge is guarantee of a brighter future. Now when we talk of a brighter future, the first thing that comes to our mind is employment, jobs, opportunities. So the first aspect of guarantee of a brighter future is we pledge to offer and make opportunities for 3 lakh jobs over the period of next 5 years to be created, and an allowance of 1,000 rupees monthly, which means 12,000 rupees annually, to every unemployed youth between the age of 21 to 40 under the Meghalaya Youth Empowerment Scheme. The second is 1 lakh laptops to all higher secondary and college going students in the state to facilitate digital education. We have been hearing about Digital India, we have been hearing about double engine model, but we are the only party who walks the talk. You see what the promises or the pledges that Trinamool Congress made before Bengal elections, and within 3 months, all those 10 pledges and commitment that were made before the people of that state have been fulfilled. So if we are making a pledge before you, we will ensure that every pledge is being executed and honored within 100 days of forming the government. This is my word to everyone, especially to every brother and sister of this state. We don't make empty promises. And a lot of people, a lot of friends in the media might have this question in their mind that Trinamool is making this big pledges, commitment, promises, where will the money come from? All this already has been factored in. If you'll ask me how much money do we need to ensure that all these women who have registered and showed their unwavering faith and support in WeCard, where will the state get this money from? Where will the exchequer get this money from? The state has the money, but the government doesn't have the intention to spend. This is the problem. This is the difference we want to bring in and the impact we want to create. We are not giving you, this is not a gift that the government is giving you. This is your right. And we are here to fight for your right, to ensure that you get what you deserve. If all the women from, if every woman from a single household is honored and given 1,000 rupees and is empowered by giving 12,000 rupees annually, we are not doing a favor. It will not cost the exchequer lakhs of crores. It will only cost the exchequer 750 crores. That is not even 3% of the budgetary allocation. So everything has been factored. Under Guarantee for Brighter Future, we also will engage and identify every individual, especially in the tourism sector, and their services to be formalized through government registered job cards, providing a monthly honorarium of 2,500. Now you might ask, if everyone is given an honorarium of 2,500, where will this money come from? To boost the tourism industry, all individuals engaged in the sector, we will identify them and provide them with a monthly honorarium of 2,500. This will create an additional financial burden to the government to the tune of 75 crores annually. 75 crores. That is why I said, the last 5 years, the government who has been running the state and boasting and bragging about the double engine model is the most inefficient, incompetent, inept government the country has ever seen. Our next pledge is Empowered Women, Prosperous Meghalaya. Like I said, within 100 days after forming the government, Meghalaya TMC government will ensure that a direct transfer of 1,000 rupees monthly and 12,000 rupees yearly to a woman of every household as guaranteed universal income support under the MFI for the Women Empowerment Scheme. Our next pledge is Social Security. Now, under Social Security for all, we have 4 important points to make before all of you. Number 1, all social welfare pensions and schemes will be increased to the tune of 1,000 rupees per month. The present government and the pensions that they have been allocating or giving to a certain amount, certain section of the people in the society, not everyone, it's not universal. It is to the tune of 500, 550, 650 rupees a month. But keeping the skyrocketing fuel prices and the rising inflation in mind, we have taken a decision that all social welfare schemes to be increased at 1,000 rupees a month and 12,000 rupees annually, doubling the financial assistance to whether it's the PWD or the single mothers, widows or the senior citizens. And the second point I am trying to make under the Social Security for All is a social security scheme which will go by the name of Meghalaya Unite. Now, what does Meghalaya Unite stands for? Meghalaya Unite is Meghalaya Unorganized Sector Training and Empowerment Scheme. For all the 280,000 unorganized sector workers, to provide them with skill training, to provide them free healthcare, to give them term life insurance, and also provident fund benefits. Now, the financial burden that will be on the exchequer to implement the scheme will only be 168 crores per annum, which is not even 2% of the annual budget. 25% increase in grants for healthcare, education assistance, death benefit, marriage assistance, and disability pension to workers under the Meghalaya Building and Construction Workers Welfare Board. And also e-ration cards for all, and resurvey in the districts to increase the number of beneficiaries covered, ensuring every deserving household receives the PDS benefits. Our next pledge is Better Produce and Happy Farmers. Under Better Produce and Happy Farmers, a 10,000 rupees annual financial assistance to all farmers in the state through the introduction of the new scheme, which will go by the name of FARM, F-A-R-M. And what does FARM stands for? Farmers Assistance for Rural Meghalaya. Under this scheme, I again reiterate, a financial assistance of 10,000 annually will be extended to 210,000 farmers registered in the state, irrespective of their land holding. The total budget proposed for this scheme, if all the farmers of this state avail it, will stand at 85 crore rupees only. Farm centers in all districts of the state for one-stop assistance to the farmers from productions to sales. Farm crop insurance policies covering all crops, including horticulture crops, to ensure zero loss to the farmers. Our next pledge is holistic healthcare for all. Now, under holistic healthcare for all, we will ensure that maternal and child care centers in every block to provide efficient prenatal and postnatal services. Shortage of specialist staff and equipments to be bridged at all PHCs and CHCs in the state to make them at least 100% functional in the days to come. Currently, you know that there are only 28 CHCs against the requirement of 41 CHCs. The PHCs and CHCs will be strengthened and made 100% functional to improve the delivery of healthcare services at the grassroots. We will ensure establishment of new medical colleges and ensuring quality tertiary healthcare facilities across the state. 25% increase in healthcare cover for senior citizens under Meghalaya Health Insurance Scheme. 60 medical shops, one in each block, to be set up to provide medicines at 20% subsidy. We have done this in West Bengal, and West Bengal is the only state to do this. So if you are able to do this in Bengal, we will do this in Meghalaya too. Then comes quality education for children. A direct benefit transfer of 1,200 rupees annually, 1,200 rupees annually to the families of all school-going children registered in government-run schools to cover the cost of books, stationeries and other study materials. Each block to have a model school, immediate upgradation of school, infrastructure in all districts, doubling the number of seats for teacher training in the state. Now, next place, an extremely important one, is robust civic amenities for residents. When we talk about civic amenities, the first thing that comes to our mind are roads, drinking water, infrastructure. So the first commitment that we make under the robust civic amenities for residents pledge is we will ensure there is a facilitation of piped drinking water connections to every household, with a target of 100% households having piped water connections. Additional 3 lakh households in the state will have piped water facilities. The second is revival and overhaul MECL to create resilient infrastructure for uninterrupted power supply to every household. The next is all 6,459 villages across the state of Meghalaya will be connected with black-topped motorable roads and upgradation of major arterial roads to all-weather roads. This is extremely important. I reiterate that under civic amenities for residents, we will ensure that all 6,459 villages in Meghalaya to be connected with black-topped motorable roads, and also upgradation of major arterial roads to all-weather roads. The entire 20,993 kilometer stretch of unsurfaced rural roads will be converted into black-topped motorable roads to provide all-weather connectivity. And also, as shown in the video, we will take up the Shillong Ring Road project in mission mode, which connects the eastern and western bypass, to be completed as soon as possible to ease the persistent traffic snarls in the city, to enhance regional connectivity and decongest traffic in parts of Shillong. This project will be completed at the earliest without any human or environmental costs. Our next pledge is Meghalaya's glory: music, sports, culture and tourism. Mission Sports to identify, train and promote talent at the block level. Each district will have a state-of-the-art multi-purpose stadium. All 12 districts will have, in the next 5 years, these stadiums, and we will try to target 2-3 districts on yearly basis, ensuring that all 12 districts are covered and every district has a state-of-the-art stadium in the next 5 years. State's first sports university will be set up with an additional and corpus of 10 crores to assist the 22 registered state sports association and recognized sports club under them. Meghalaya Music Promotion Board will be started, and we will set up the state's musicians through training and assistance with a vision of taking the local music to the global stage. Establishment of a cultural tourism circuit through identification and promotion of cultural and ecological hotspots in every district. Interest-free loans interest-free loans up to the tune of 2 lakhs to local communities to set up homestays and conduct their sustainable tourism activities. And this will only be done at a mere cost of 1 crore annually. This is nothing. So establishment of a cultural tourism circuit through identification and promotion of a cultural and ecological hotspots in every district to boost the tourism industry. Our next pledge is honor to traditional institutions and sacred land. A holistic village administration bill in consultation with the ADCs and traditional headmen to uphold and protect the traditional institutions to be introduced. Effective and immediate implementation of Meghalaya Residents Safety and Security Act 2016 across the state to ensure a comprehensive registry of all legal tenants. Private member bill. In the union government, in the union parliament, we have already taken this up. Legislators from this very state went, protested, made it a point to flag this with the union government. Our parliamentarians, both within and outside the house, have raised this several times. But we want to assure you that a private member bill in the union parliament for immediate recognition of Khasi and Garo languages through their inclusion in the 8th schedule of the constitutions will be ensured. The border MOU, last but not the least, the border MOU signed with the government of Assam will be revoked as and when Meghalaya TMC forms the government, and police checkposts at all strategic border areas to be set up to address this issue of unwarranted surrender of land to Assam and protect the residents in border villages, and border MOUs signed with the government of Assam will be revoked. So these are the 10 pledges that we make before you, and we want to assure you that all these 10 pledges will be honored as and when TMC forms the government on the 2nd of March, when the results come out and the state is ready to welcome a change with open arms.